What we are going to see in today's video is kind of the beginnings of what, I guess, coaching from the one and only ValorAsh can do for you. So we'll go ahead and start looking into the tournament immediately. This is one of ValorAsh's students. It is Ninja War God. Yes, that that name though, right? Ninja War God. That's such a hype name. Super duper hype. But shout out to Ninja War God. He has been very active in the Pokemon Go PvP scene since, you know, really the early beginnings. I remember way back when, at least I first started my personal channel. I remember his comments and whatnot. So Ninja War God has been working in PvP for also quite a long time, obviously. This actually was the same tournament that we released previously where we covered Arrow's team with Magcargo. So we will look at Ninja War God's performance here today for this video. And you can see here he is. So he is currently ranked an ace. Ninja War God brought a Alolan Marowak, Probopass, Machamp, Rhyperior, Wigglytuff, and then Golbat. Okay, so this is kind of one of the comps that I mentioned, or we kind of touched on a little bit in the video where we featured Arrow's team, where he kind of relies on an anti-charmer core of the Alolan Marowak, Probopass, and Golbat. You know, obviously, if he runs into a Magcargo, he might have some problems, but I don't know if he did or not. We'll just have to go ahead and find out. So we did have kind of a premeditated strategy, or something that he would always use as a play here for his Rose Cup performance, in which he went 6-1, in which he says, my strategy was to go with a sacrificial swap consisting of Wigglytuff, Rhyperior, and Probopass, because most of the time, especially if they had a Medicham, because I had double tank plus Machamp on my team, which Medi can beat, so Medi would be a good choice to lead against my team. Sac swap Rhyperior, lure the fighter, and close with Probo with a shield if possible. So it's kind of a sacrificial swap and bait strategy, right? So because he knows that his team composition has weakness potentially to the Medicham, if he sees a Medi, he's got to do the sac swap and bait play. So I like that a lot. He knows what he's doing. He seems like he has his mind in the right place. But let's see. He also said Vileplume and Glalie would be a big problem for it, which one of my opponents had both on his team. You will see it in my loss. Okay, so that was his loss, was apparently against a Vileplume and a Glalie, dude. That's nuts. Okay, it looks like the first opponent he went up against in this tournament is Pokédilo 18. And Pokédilo 18 had a team composition of Probopass, Venomoth, Magcargo. He sees a Magcargo game one, but I think he won this round. So again, Probopass, Venomoth, Magcargo, Alolan Marowak, Wigglytuff, and then Medicham. Okay, let's see here. Here we go. Game one against Pokédilo 18 here. So they throw out an AWAC. It looks like it is an AWAC versus AWAC mirror matchup for the lead. Pretty interesting. Oh, so he swaps almost immediately. Not immediately. He was a little bit slow on the response, but was that a flame wheel that they threw? That looks like that was a flame wheel that they threw with their Alolan Marowak. Throws the Surf into the Medicham. So you can see already here in game one, he has already executed the strategy that he was talking about. He's already baited out the Medicham here, so then he can take care of it with the Alolan Marowak. So it's really nice to see that, you know, he had a strategy, and game one he starts to execute it here. So he kind of has the Medicham walled. Again, remember with this matchup, you do still want to kind of watch out for the Psychic coming from the Medicham, because that could still be pretty threatening. Hopefully we get a shield here. Oh, they do not shield. Okay, so the Bone Club does go through. This might be a Shadow Ball at this point, which, you know, again, based on what he's talked about with this comp and his team, he likes to close with Probo with a shield if possible. And this is done. It's over. Even though they have a shield, he has the Probo in the back. They have the Alolan Marowak, which, you know, if it gets really close, it could potentially win. But now that they swapped and answered with the Venomoth into the Probo, he's gone to Farm City and he has a lot of energy good to go here. Whether this is Bone Club or even Shadow Ball at this point. Oh, no, wait, he has Flame Wheel. I forgot. Okay, GG's, because now we throw the Rock Slide. Let's go to game two. All right, game two against Pokédilo. We open up with the Wigglytuff. They open Probo. Swap out pretty much instantly. We come with the Rhyperior. They were a little slow on their response to swap out from that matchup. So we did a great chunk of damage to that Probopass before it got out of there with the Mud Slap. And it's still not exactly ideal for them to answer with the Alolan Marowak here, which, kind of might make you wonder what they have in the back at this point. So we're throwing the Surf and Turf. He kind of under taps. Well, I don't think it really makes a difference at that point. If he was even able to get in one more Mud Slap. I mean, maybe, you know, since they have the Probo Pass, that was kind of a funny shield. I mean, the Thunderbolt, we have immunity to the Thunderbolt with Rhyperior because it's part ground, right? But we shielded it anyways. It could have been a Magnet Bomb though. I don't think it was a really bad shield. So looks like it is the Venomoth in the back again. So we throw in the Surf right away. Can we end it with the Rock Wrecker? We can. That is a hard GG's, dude. Rhyperior pretty much swept game 1. GG's. All right, so here we go with game 1 for round 2 here up against a Humble Brag. Again, I'm pretty sure from what Ninja said, this was his loss for this tournament, unfortunately. Looks like they open up with the Haunter. They're going super aggressive. Game 1 swaps in Rhyperior, and here's the Glalie. Okay, interesting. So he threw the Surf. Do they shield or not? Okay, they do shield. So I was going to say if he was able to throw a Rock Wrecker and they don't shield, then that probably would have been a much better idea. But, you know, they're smart. Rock Wrecker's a thing anyway, so they invest the shield. Now, this Glalie, so as you know, Glalie can carry Shadow Ball. That's why we see the shield there, because that will do tons of damage to an Alolan Marowak. So that's pretty nuts, actually, since he kind of relied on the Alolan Marowak so far in this match that they were able to throw the double Shadow Ball. He goes for the more energy-efficient play to throw the Bone Club at the Glalie to get it out at there, but now he has no shields, and there's still this Haunter, and they just had that super clutch, super quick swap into the Vileplume, which is able to get rid of the rest of the Alolan Marowak with the Razor Leaf, and then it's Probo Pass left at this point. So Vileplume doesn't really have much of anything that it can throw realistically at a Probo Pass. I mean, if it gets what, like Solar Beam? Honestly, I don't even remember what Grasp. I think it might get a Petal Blizzard. I think Petal Blizzard would be ideal against a Probo Pass in this situation. But, you know, most people don't carry that. So it looks like that was close. He does end up taking the loss here in round 2, game 1. GG's. Let's go ahead and get into game 2. All right, game 2 here with Ninja versus a Humble Brag. They open with the Rhyperior, going a little aggressive again, I guess. But it looks like Ninja's opting to just kind of stay in on this matchup. He's trying to charm down to build up some energy. I think he wants to save the Wigglytuff potentially to see if they brought the Haunter again, or even if they have it in the back, then he can kind of use that as a cushion against the Haunter threat. But this Wigglytuff is still not swapping out. He's still just going straight Charm. Looks like they opt to throw the energy at the rest of that Wigglytuff, which didn't have much left. And okay, here it is. So they do, in fact, have the Haunter in the back. They've saved both shields for the Haunter. It throws a Shadow Punch with shield. They definitely are going to shield the Bone Club because the Haunter, at this point in the match, should want to Shadow Claw down potentially if it can. This might even be a Shadow Ball. This might be an OHKO Shadow Ball. No, it's a Shadow Punch. Okay. Maybe they did not quite have the Shadow Ball yet, but we'll throw the Poison Fang, which does go shielded, but would have done next to nothing anyways to the Haunter. And then we Wing Attack down for the win in game 2. Let's go to game 3. All right, game 3 here for round 2 with Ninja's tournament. Again, up against Humble Brag. Now, he opens up with the Haunter again. This Humble Brag person loves using the Haunter. They use it pretty well. Throws the Shadow Punch. We get the shield. And with the Golbat, we will bait, I guess, and throw the Poison Fang, which, again, if it's not a legitimate bait, that's an easy call with Haunter. Don't shield because it won't do much at all. And they answer with our swap into the AWAC with their Rhyperior. And it looks like we throw the straight Shadow Ball. We could have gone for a double Bone Club, I guess, but I think they would have shielded at least one of the Bone Clubs either way. I think Bone Club might have gotten in a little bit more chip damage than just going straight Shadow Ball, but that's the thing sometimes, right? Sometimes you might want to just YOLO throw the Shadow Ball to see if they don't shield. Rock Wrecker just one-shots the Wigglytuff out of there. Okay, we are able to Wing Attack down. Oh, they have the Glalie in the back, so Poison Fang, you know, we'll throw what we can, but we have the Golbat. No shields left. They have a Glalie, and I believe... I'm not sure what else they have. They still have everything technically, but it's basically just the Glalie left. Throw the Avalanche, and that is GG's for round 2. So it looks like round 3 for Ninja here is going to be up against Lupinalala? Lupinalala. Dang it. Lupinalana. I think that's what it is. But Lupin brought Rhyperior, Scolipede, dude. What? He brought Rhyperior, Scolipede, Medicham, Wigglytuff, Drapion, and Alolan Marowak. Round 2 was a tough loss, but hey, you live and you learn and you move on, right? Knock me down, I will get back up again, says Ninja here. Wigglytuff in the Scolipede. It's funny because Scolipede might seem like a meme pick, right? It doesn't really have much prevalence in PvP, but it is still actually a winning lead in their situation against a Wigglytuff, funny enough. So we swapped out. At this point, we have the Rhyperior that we're throwing into their Medicham that they answered with a Surf. That is a shiny, so they are flexing a bit. Respect shiny flex in the tournament. This could be a Psychic. I still wouldn't shield though. Okay, it's an Ice Punch, that's fine. We should be able to charm down at this range, and then out comes this Scolipede, which is going to be able to basically farm down with that should be Poison Jab. I'm pretty sure that's what that thing's going to be carrying. Throws the X Scissor into the Probopass. Probopass basically laughs that off. It's not going to do anything. You can throw another X Scissor. Big whoop, we really do not care. They should be able to get off quite a few actually though before we are able to realistically, you know, farm down all the way. It might actually be kind of a risky farm because you might, by the time you're able to spark down the Scolipede, you might have built up too much energy. It might be a waste of farming, so might be good to just throw a charge move at that range. But you know, in this situation particularly, I do think it's good that he just kept throwing the spark anyways, because the opponent's Pokemon that they have left here in the back, which now we see is the Drapion, we did not know what that was, so it was a good thing we did play that way in this situation. Again, X Scissor, we don't care. It is going to be GG's with this Magnet Bomb, and let's go to game 2. Okay, looks like game 2 we lead out Wigglytuff into a Alolan Marowak. Not the most ideal. We swap out pretty quick into the Rhyperior, and it looks like they're opting to throw a charge. I think it could be Shadow Ball at that point. It looks like they went for a bait with the Bone Club. So remember, so far that Alolan Marowak has a little more energy left over since they threw a Bone Club. Does not shield. It is the power up punch, so that Medicham's a little bit boosted right now. It's getting its stages up, and they take out the Rhyperior at the powered up counter, and now it's going to, oh man, you know, it kind of feels bad shielding a power up punch like that, but you know, if it's like a Psychic or an Ice Punch, like just shield it. For the most part, power up punch is not really common, not also prevalent at all in the Rose Cup. So it's kind of a wild card, a little unpredictable that they brought it, but still I think everything's looking a-okay so far, because Ninja, he basically loves anchoring with this Probopass on every single game if it can. And that's really what his strategy, again, like we mentioned, has been based around, is bringing out that Medicham if we can, kind of bait the Medicham with the Rhyperior, let the Rhyperior go, and then answer with the Wigglytuff, and then anchor here with the Probopass. So, you know, sometimes when I say I'm going to anchor with this in matches or, you know, streams or whatever, this is what I'm talking about. GG's. And it looks like round 4 for this tournament is going to be up against Snorlax 956. And Snorlax has Alolan Marowak, Probopass, Drifblim, Skarmory, Clefable, and then Blaziken, dude. They brought that spicy fire chicken. It'll be interesting to see how the Blaziken is going to perform against Ninja's comp, because again, sometimes he will like to bring the Rhyperior and the Probopass. Obviously, I think he's going to play very differently since they have the where's it at? Dude, I had the team. Okay, obviously I think he's going to play this one maybe a little bit differently since they don't have the Medicham, and their comp's been a little different than what we've faced so far, but still, they do have the Alolan Marowak in their comp, so it's very possible they might just be opting for the core of Alolan Marowak, Probopass, and then the Clefable. Round 4 here. Okay, so we open up with the Wigglytuff into their shiny Skarm. Yet another flex in this tournament. This tournament has been so flex from Ninja's side, with his opponents at least. So Skarmory throws the Sky Attack. We do not shield. I think he should go for... I mean, if they shield, it would have been better to go with the Surf, but hey, you know, at least the Rock Record would have done, I guess, you know, tons of damage if they didn't shield anyways. And again, just like I thought, you know, he's probably going to play a little differently since they have a different team and a different comp, and very well, they probably have a very different strategy. So far, it just kind of seems like they're flexing the shiny, but let's find out. Okay, so they did bring the Clefable, so we have the Probopass that we can wall it with at this point. This definitely should force a swap. It does into their own Probopass, and now we have a... Okay, so it looks like they kind of have the anchor with the Probopass strategy too. Now we have a Probopass versus Probopass mirror for round 4 here in game 1. Kind of boring, to be honest, but I mean, at least note that both of these Probopass have Spark, so it is going to be more spammable. This kind of mirror matchup will move faster. What's interesting though is they haven't really opted to use the additional shield on this Probo Pass. I'm not sure why. They definitely should have if they want to keep up pacing in the mirror, and I'm not sure why they would opt to, you know, save the shield for the Clefable. It is kind of interesting. I mean, I guess, you know, you can shield the Magnet Bomb, then force a swap. Oh, okay, maybe this is why. So he's able to Meteor Mash the Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff is gonzo, but then we still have the Probo here, and you're not going to reach another one in time because we have the Spark. So we throw the Magnet Bomb for the game, for game 1. Let's go to game 2. All right, game 2 here. Ninja opens up with the Wigglytuff again, and it looks like Snorlax opens up with the Probo Pass. So we answer immediately with this Rhyperior. Interesting, is he going for his Sack, Swap, and Bait and Anchor with Probo Pass strategy again? They answer with the Clefable, which I don't think it's iffy because it is able to Charm down to build up energy, but this is why I think it is iffy, because just like I thought, he's anchoring with this Probo Pass again, and now they're in a really, really rough spot because, you know, whether you're going to throw Meteor Mash at me, Sidekick, Dazzling Gleam, like, I'm not going to shield it. Okay, so it looks like they actually let the Clefable go, and now they come in with the Spicy Fire Chicken. Now they have the Blaziken. So we throw the charge, swap. Oh man, this might go to game 3 actually. Okay, so we're kind of counter-walled at this point by their Probo Pass. I don't think a Magnet Bomb. Ooh, Rock Slide. Do they not have Magnet Bomb on that Probo Pass? Oh man. Oh no. Play rough. Come on. Oh, dude. What? Okay, the Blaze. Oh no, yeah. That's GG's. Maybe that could have been close, but the Blaziken still had energy. Oh no. Oh no, wait, what? The Rock Slide, dude. Oh, GG's, dude. Okay, so round 5, it looks like Ninja's matched up against Rivi 7. Now, if you remember again previously, in Arrow's video for the same tournament, I believe Arrow faced a Rivi 7 here in game 1, but now here in round 5 for Ninja's perspective in this same tournament, he's going up against Rivi 7 in game. He's going up against Rivi 7 in round 5. Yeah, this is round 5. So Rivi again does have a Rhyperior, Machamp, Golbat, Clefable, Probo Pass, Sableye, a pretty common composition. For Rose, obviously, I guess notice that he has Clefable as the Charmer and not Wigglytuff, and also he does not have the Medicham. He does not bring a Medicham, but he does have the Rhyperior. So looks like we locked in within a Alolan Marowak lead. So let's see what Rivi opens with. That is the Clefable. So for the most part, we do kind of win that lead, right? We definitely have the advantage so far at this point in the tournament for Ninja's perspective. Throw the Bone Club. They do not shield, so we're just going to keep throwing the Fire Spins. Here is the Rhyperior. And okay, Ninja brought the Machamp this time, so now the Machamp's going to go to counter down City on this Rhyperior. And it looks like we do shield the Superpower, but we are still going to be able to get off 2 additional counters to build up energy. And obviously, we would straight up just throw the Rock Slides. You know, maybe we could have thrown a Cross Chop on the first one to reserve energy, but since we just barely reached another Rock Slide, it might not have given us, you know, an extra charge move, unfortunately. So I do think it probably was the best call to just go back-to-back Rock Slide against the Golbat there, because now the threat's pretty much gone, but they did answer, or I guess kind of swap with their Clefable. At this point, it's kind of a sack swap since we have the Probo Pass Anchor that we can, you know, wall and pretty much close with. Excuse me. Now this might be a Shadow Ball, so the shield comes up. It is the Shadow Ball, so now we can Spark down. And that is GG's game 1. That was a pretty quick game 1, actually. Looks like he might be thinking about a Machamp lead, huh? Machamp, Alolan Marowak, Probo Pass. Interesting. Okay. He locks in with the Machamp lead. Let's see how this works out. What does Rivi open with? Okay, Golbat. So that's kind of a hard loss on that open. I don't think he's going to immediately answer with the Probo Pass, though. Again, remember, he likes to basically anchor with the Probo Pass, if not save a shield for it at least. So once he gets the shield with his Rock Slide that he throws at their Golbat, he kind of answers with the Alolan Marowak. They don't bait, so that was a good shield because they went straight Shadow Ball and we did shield it. At this range, again, it looks like instead of opting for a Bone Club bait, he just goes straight Shadow Ball to the Rhyperior, which, I mean, it's a good thing they shielded, but at least we can reach another Bone Club for a little bit of damage, and then that Rhyperior was able to kind of farm us down. And now we have this Machamp that we opened up with a shield still to come in and counter down on this Rhyperior. And what, do they have the Clefable? There it is. Okay, there's a Clefable, which denied us of our energy, unfortunately. We were not able to register anything before the game finished. Okay, so the Shadow Ball, I guess we'll do a decent chunk to the Probo Pass. Even the Probo Pass doesn't like taking the Shadow Ball, but it's pretty much closed at this point. I think Ninja definitely takes the hard W. I don't think this Magnet Bomb is going to quite KO though. Yeah, it doesn't KO all the way. Oh no. What did he reach? Oh, okay, this is going to game 3. Well played by Rivi there. So, I guess last time opening up with the Machamp kind of worked out and also kind of didn't here for Ninja. Looks like, again, he's thinking about what to lead with. I don't think he's overthinking, but obviously the lead Machamp situation did not work out quite as well as he would have thought. I think it just might have been more ideal to farm up a little bit more energy in that last game against the Golbat, but we'll see. Looks like he might be trying to lead with Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff, Alola Marowak, Golbat? Interesting. That could work pretty well, I guess, so far with how Rivi's played, but let's see. So he opens Wiggly into the Rhyperior. Okay. So we can kind of go to Charm City. We definitely are going to be investing 1 shield, I anticipate, but we might not need to because they swap out pretty much immediately. Looks like he was thinking about swapping, but he ends up just throwing the Ice Beam, which does snag the shield, so that's good. That might be a Poison Fang bait. Okay, no, good shield then, because this is the Shadow Ball. Now it's kind of even at this point in terms of pacing for this battle. It's 1 shield versus 1 shield. Both still have 3 Pokemon left, but not anymore. Now it is 1 shield, 2 to 3 Pokemon. I don't think Ninja would shield it. He might just let it go through, but I guess since he accessed this Bone Club, which is within KO range of that Rhyperior, he invests the shield, and ooh, that was cheeky. So they swapped super quick. Which might have been at this point what just lost them this game, because we can basically wall with this Golbat. I don't know how many Poison Fangs at this range you would need. 3? 1, 2, yeah. Might even be just 2 if you put in a few extra wing attacks, but it looks like Ninja does not want to risk taking that Meteor Mash. I think we're a little disheveled from what happened in the last game with the Meteor Mash. In game 2, so the Rock Wrecker takes us out, but then Charm Down. That is GG's. Well played. Looks like a Wigglytuff lead with Probo Pass and then the Rhyperior. So it looks like he's playing his it might play out a little differently, but he might be playing his bait and then anchor with the Probo Pass strat here. So they counter swap from that open, which they definitely lost that open hard with their Medicham, into our Wigglytuff. So they swap into Skarm, but we kind of can answer with the Rhyperior here. So again, in this matchup, it looks like Ninja opts to just go straight for the Rock Wrecker rather than opting for a Surf. I think he just wants that potential of doing, the massive damage rather than the little bit of damage that Surf can do, because, that's the thing with the Rhyperior too, I guess, since he is running this as a Mud Slap variant, you're missing out on that pacing against the Skarmory in this matchup because you do not have Smackdown, right? The Skarmory is still actually going to resist the ground type damage. Even though Steel takes super effective, the flying type is immune to ground attacks. So, oh man, here comes a Medicham. Well, I guess that's not a big deal because we definitely should get a swap, which we do, and now we have a Probo Mirror, and they definitely have Rock Throw. That is not a Spark Probo. They have the Rock Throw. We are definitely going to be able to outpace in terms of damage in this Mirror matchup, especially with shields down. Looks like game 1 should hands down be a victory here for Ninja, and we will be going. This definitely should force into a game 2 against R6. Is able to throw. Is that another Magnet Bomb? Okay. Ooh, that was actually well played. So I think he anticipated the swap, and that's why he wasn't throwing the energy immediately. And now he was able to Magnet Bomb that Medicham, and then also Magnet Bomb what's left on this Probo for the W. Yeah, I was just going to end it, but I knew something was going to happen. One thing about R6 is that he can be a very adaptive and strategic player. So we'll see if Ninja decides to switch things up or not, because R6 I don't think is the type to go in with exactly the same thing and the same strat that they used when they lost. So we'll see. Looks like they do kind of switch it up. Okay, so he opens with the Skarm. We hard lost that lead. Insta swap here into the Rhyperior. Now at this point, okay, so it looks like rather than just going for the YOLO one-shot possibility with the Rock Wrecker, we throw the Surf for the more energy efficient play. Do we shield? Okay, we do shield, which that was a good shield actually because they threw the Flash Cannon, and here comes the Lick I almost said Lick Licky again. Here comes the Licky Licky, which, yo, we threw the Rock Wrecker unshielded into the Licky Licky. Massive, massive damage. Body Slam, of course, as we know, is going to be resisted. Now we can Mud Slap down on that Licky Licky and probably throw a Surf. I would probably just throw a Surf. Oh, no. It is the Skarm again. So it looks like it's a good thing Ninja was patient with that and didn't just automatically try to go to, you know, throw the Surf, which I probably would have done. He did the smart thing. He waited to see what came out, and then he threw the Rock Wrecker. So well played on that in specific. Now they threw the Flash Cannon, which did not get shielded. It went through, which is a good thing. He saved the shield because it looks like they have their Alolan Marowak in the back, and at this range, I definitely still would shield because we can get in a couple extra sparks just like that. Throw the Rock Slide for the W against the AWAC, and then I don't think it'll even be close against the Skarm because they just threw a Flash Cannon. As soon as we reach a Rock Slide, it's done. It should be. The Rock Slide should KO at this range. Okay, it does. GG's. And that was actually very well played in round 6. I'm very impressed that Ninja was able to 2-0 there for round 6, especially against such a prestigious player as R6 Racing. So let's look at the round 7 matchup. Round 7. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So it looks like for round 7, Ninja gets faced off against Kaiser Koi. So one of the, I believe it might be the highest, yeah, one of the highest ranked in the entire tournament here, actually. I mean, obviously, it's round 7. So Kaiser Koi looks like opted to bring Medicham, Alolan Marowak, Rhyperior, Probopass, Golbat, and Wigglytuff. So this team, the thing I noticed about his team is it does have a lot of polarizing matchups. He might be relying on a lot of rock, paper, scissors plays. So his strategy, you know, with that being said, might actually be pretty similar, if not the same thing as Ninja's. Let's find out here. His bait, it looks like he's going to play his bait and anchor strategy here. Let's see if it works out. Okay, so I did open up with the Medicham. We did catch that lead, fortunately. Now they answer with the Rhyperior. Okay, so this is, I don't want to say polarizing. I mean, this is a mirror matchup, but it does kind of put a lot of pressure on the whole rest of the game at this point because, you know, Ninja, okay, there's a lot happening in my brain right now. I'm sorry. So, okay, they still have 2 shields, right? Ninja only has 1 shield. He's invested 1. Whether this is Ice Punch or Psychic at this point, with how the match is paced, I would not shield either. It looks like they have the Golbat in the back. So, I still would, yeah, I would definitely shield at least one of these Shadow Balls potentially. I think you kind of have to because that Golbat has 2 shields. But man, that, basically for the open there, that Rhyperior versus Rhyperior matchup can basically set the tone for the rest of this entire battle based on whether Ninja shields or not. And also, you know, what could set the tone as well is how fast Ninja answers with his own swaps. That's pretty interesting. That's kind of what was going through my head. But out comes the Medicham again. They have no shields left, so we're able to throw the Rock Slide into it. And then that is pretty much GG's because even the Shadow Ball won't quite KO. And we can throw this Rock Slide into the Golbat for the win. And that was an interesting game 1. Round 7, match 2 again, Ninja versus Kaiser. Okay, so they open up with the Rhyperior, we open up with the Wiggly. I think we know how Ninja's going to play this like he's played previously. This could be a superpower though, we don't know. Okay, so they throw a Surf, but we do shield. Now we should see a swap out since they answered with their AWAC, and we have the Rhyperior. So for the most part, pretty much, you know, people, once they have the energy for the Shadow Ball, they're just going to straight throw that Shadow Ball. Unfortunately, we were not able to get rid of it with Mud Slaps before it can throw a Bone Club, but that's fine at this point because now whatever comes out next, we should be able to put a decent amount of shield pressure onto here. So they bring in their Rhyperior, and interesting, in the mirror, so he went for Surf, he went for the energy efficient play, and now he's able to throw 2 Surfs at that Rhyperior, and obviously they're going to opt to save his shield. But then this is done because he has the wall Probopass in the back at this point, and it is going to be GG's. Definitely GG's, especially because we have Spark. We're going to be able to hit those Rock Slides super duper fast, and it's like a hard closeout. Yep, they don't even shield. GG's, well played. Man, 2-0 for round 7. That's actually pretty nuts. But, you know, congrats, and again, GG's to Ninja Wargod for this amazing performance. 6-1. Ninja got matched up against a very, you know, interesting team for his loss in this tournament. I don't think a lot of people would have been prepared for a team like that. But again, mad respect to Ninja here. And also, you know, just to mention it again, Ninja is a student actually of ValorAsh. He's currently being coached by ValorAsh. So this, you know, this just, I guess, can serve as proof. Since Ninja's familiar with those mirror matchup situations, he knows how to manage his energy very efficiently. He knows when he can, when he can't shield. He knows when he can and he can't farm down. And he definitely is disciplined enough at this point from what we've seen in this tournament that he plays a consistent strategy that he knows works. And this one I don't think is a matter of him, you know, predicting his opponents or playing a bunch of mind games. I think I really like this tournament performance specifically because this was just a straight up strategic victory. The loss that we did take, I mean, that like Ninja said as well too, that basically poked holes in his entire strategy. So I don't think there was much way around it. Honestly, I think he played pretty well. But you know, for the rest of the matches in this tournament, that performance was amazing. Again, Ninja, GG's, congrats on your 6-1. Battlers, that was it for this video. Again, this is the final video we are doing for Rose since the month is basically over anyway. So we will be moving obviously into the Toxic area. So keep an eye out obviously for Meta Moves Toxic. I'd like to see if we can get some Toxic content actually put out on the Go Stadium channel as well too. Let me know if you'd be interested in that or not. And also, you know, let me know if you'd like to see more Go Battle League content featured from the coaches and other top players and whatnot on this channel as well. I definitely think that needs to continue happening because obviously the Go Stadium is a platform to promote and to highlight these players, right? But you know, whatever you'd like to see, if you want to see Toxic, go ahead and comment Toxic. If you'd like to see GBL, go ahead and comment GBL. We might even just do both, to be completely honest with you. But subscribe for the Go Stadium vibe and power up punch the notification bell for all the Go Stadium PvP content. Again, that's it for this video. We'll see you in the next video, battlers. Have a good stinking day.